Shalom, Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well, a great millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, That Day Come Upon You Unaware. You see? That day come upon you unaware. And we are approaching the time of, where you will have to make a choice. I just watched this movie, and it was kind of like a documentary movie, or and it was an independent kind of film, and basically it was called like the New World Order, and this was sparked the lesson, and this is the time that we're entering right now. I just looked, and America's already surpassed $30 trillion in debt. America is over 30. We're probably somewhere around almost 40 trillion. It's gonna keep going up. I mean, it's like, how long is this gonna continue to go on? This place is, it's completely falling apart. And this is just, this is part of the Esau's plan, to do away with this place and to bring in his new agenda, because, this old way is pretty much done. And I was looking at the countries that are pretty much gonna go cashless within the next year or two. You had Sweden, you had Finland, you had the UK, you had China. I think it was North Korea or South Korea. Finland, I think, is in there. And it also said over there in Sweden, I think it was like 12 or 13 million of the Swedes are using just going off the digital. They're not using physical cash. They're paying with their cards. Everything is electronic on how they're using their payments. About 12 million people over there in Sweden. And ultimately, this is just going to lead to the mark. That's CHIP. You have everything going on in this around the world, and ultimately here in America. There's danger coming, and this is the recipe that Esau wants, so he can bring in his new agenda. Let's get to the scriptures. Let me go to Luke. I don't want to make this too long. Just a quick hit through the power and the spirit of YAHAWAHSHI. Call Halal Yimla, Yahawah Basham YAHAWAHSHI. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke 20. Luke 21 and 35. Luke 21 and 35, and it reads, it says, For as a snare shall it come. And that's a snare with that with this digital dollar. That's a snare, you know, with that jump shot, taking that C test. These are snares. These are all snares that the Lord is bringing. It says, for as a snare shall it come on all them. You see? Not just, half the world. The Lord said, for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. That dwell upon the whole earth. It says 36. Watch ye therefore. Watch. See, this is what the real men of the Lord are doing right now. They're not indulging into any folly. They're not trying to make it into this world. They're watching right now. You see, the real men are watching every single movement that's going on right now. They're not being distracted. Watch ye therefore and pray always. And pray always. That means from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, you pray and watch. Watch the news. Watch your area around you. Watch how the people are acting in these businesses, and if you got kids, your kids' school. You watch, pray, and watch. And pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. You see, he said, pray. He said that ye pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass. You have so much danger that's coming. I was looking at the news this morning. They're talking about the satellites, could affect the sun and the lighting in the earth. And this is Esau's technology that he's going to use to try to to bring this evil upon the earth. But this is ultimately through the power and the spirit of Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. You see, this is through his power. He's going to use Esau to bring evil upon the earth to the wicked. Let's go to Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30:7, and it reads, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. The elect is going to be saved out of this time of trouble. They will be protected. But you have all these things going on around the world right now. They just issued that new law in that Chicago, in that Illinois. You know, it's pretty much you know, it's hunting season. And this is and that new law that they got in that Illinois, you know, where pretty much all crime is legal. Can you believe that? All crime is legal. Pretty much. And this is and you know, white supremacists, they're looking at that. Oh, this is lunchtime. You know, and this could definitely start a race war easily. And a while ago, I had a dream. Maybe a few months ago or a handful of months ago, I had a dream and I did a video on it. I did a lesson on it. It's in the archives, in the books. But I did a lesson. I had a dream, and somehow I ended up in Chicago. Me, my family, and my kids. We were in Chicago. And, you know, in the dream, I went to the mall, and somehow me and my family got separated. And all, you know, as it got, I tried to look for them. And, you know, time got really late. It got late and it got dark. And I mean, the violence. I mean, the violence was terrifying. I mean, there was bullets being shot everywhere and people were dying. You know, it got to a point where I had to kind of hide myself. And long story short, you know, I woke up, you know, that next day I woke up with like a pain in my chest. Like, man, like still like, oh my gosh, man. And who was out there? It was the tribes. It was the northern tribe and the southern tribe out there just going crazy. I mean, the terror was just it was terrifying. It was terrifying. And now that they passed this new law that, you know, pretty much all crime is legal. You know, it just kind of hit me like I just I just had a dream about that a while ago. But, you know, that's how the Lord do it. So in the coming days, you know, that Jacob's trouble is coming. That Jacob's trouble is coming. And you women, you women in this Jacob's trouble, the Lord is mainly, ultimately, you 2/3 Jake women. You so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women. You know, the Lord's going to turn the volume down on you all the way. He's going to shut you down, man. He's going to shut a lot of you women, you hard-headed, I'm too independent, can't tell me nothing, and putting your finger in a man's face and thinking that you can whoop a man. And, you know, the Lord he is going to shut you down. You better be praying and begging that the Lord has mercy on a lot of you 2/3 Jake women. Otherwise, the Lord's going to put you to death, man. And that's just the bottom line. And this Jacob's trouble, you know, they're going kidnapping and raping, you know, pedophilia. I mean, all manner of wickedness and evil, cannibalism in this Jacob's trouble. There's going to be no pity out here for nothing. In this time of Jacob's trouble. All Jake like to flash their cash and flash their jewelry and hanging out, going to the club. It ain't gonna be none of that in this time. It ain't gonna be none of that. Esau gonna send these drones, with his artificial intelligence. He gonna let that loose. You gonna have these military troops out here, and you also gonna have those robots, the mechanical canine dogs, strapped up with guns on them. And he gonna have those human droids, the robots that look like people. This time of Jacob's trouble is fastly approaching. The writing is on the wall. Esau is trying to create a disaster, and starting with that type of laws out there in that Chicago doing that. That's the perfect recipe. And then on top of that, you're gonna have these blackouts, these rolling blackouts that are coming. With the shortage of supplies and a famine of food and low on water, this is a recipe for chaos. And this is what he wants. It is the time of Jacob's trouble. Let's go to Matthew 24. Matthew 24. Matthew 24:19, and it reads, "And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days." You see, the Lord said, woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Because you might have to run, you might have to hide, and they're not in these psychopathic men out here, these evil, wicked spirits, they're looking, a lot of them, they want little girls, 12, 13, 10, 9, they like little girls and little boys. And then you got, especially if you got a newborn child that's 6 months old or 4 months old, or you might have a 4-month-old baby, and then you might have a 4-year-old or 3-year-old son. Those are your two children in this time, and they're going to be completely vulnerable in this time of chaos. A lot of people are going to get their kids took from them in this time. And ultimately, with the famine running like this, they're going to eat your kids. That's why the Lord is saying, "And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days." Let's go to Revelation 2 and 10. We're going to go to, Salakia. Let's go to Revelation 2 and 10. I got a few more, then I'll close out. Revelation 2 and 10. Salakia. Revelation 2 and 10. Revelation 2 and 10, and it reads, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee crown of life." And that's ultimately what's finna happen in this time. Because they have these detention centers, they're gonna have these concentration camps. They have these places already. They've been building them since for a while, because they were showing them in the time when the pandemic started. You know, Esau's been working around the clock and behind closed doors, man, setting up his agenda. A lot of Jakes, 2/3 of you Jakes, and you know, even some of the Akim could be placed in some of these detention centers or concentration camps or into jail, prison, you know, and you're gonna be tried in there, man. See, all that stuff that you've been accustomed to, sitting down, watching the basketball, the NBA finals, and drinking some beer and having your boys over and barbecuing, and you know, after that going to such and such birthday party that later that night, and you know, all that is about to is going to come to an end in this time. You might be getting your ass whooped in there in that you know, in that prison. But the Lord said you got to be faithful. He gave you the tools to pray and to fast. Those are the spiritual tools. You see, let me go to John. Let me go to John 8:4, because you know they're going to be busting in Jake's home, and even these other nations. Esau's just going to come down with holy hell, man. He's going to come down with holy hell on this place real soon. They're going to be kicking in doors, and they had already armed all those IRS agents. You know, they got all these different agents that are set up. That's coming. What was that? John 9:4, Salakia. John 9:4, and it reads, I must work the works of him that sent me, while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work, and that's coming. You know, with the economy, and not only does it just go with the men of the Lord, because out there in the highways and hedges and doing these sit downs and you know doing the work of the Lord like this, you know, this ain't the time is coming when no man will work, and this ultimately goes to you know, working people having their jobs, having their regular 9 to 5. The time is coming where no man shall work. You know, people going to have to start boarding up their houses, and you know these are the times that we're coming into. Boarding up their houses, and you know, hiding their children, and you know, pretty much taking matters into their own hands. A total lawless society. Let me go to, I got one more. It says, we'll go Revelation 13 and we'll go 15 and I'll close out. Or I got one more after that, Salakia. Revelation 13:15, and it reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. See? 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. 17. And that no man may buy or sell, he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You see? So that mark, it says a mark in your right hand or in your head. And see, it is becoming more and more clearer on what they're using with this mark. And that's that chocolate chip. You see, and Esau don't want nobody to know about this, but this is it. This is it. It's that chocolate chip RFID. RFID chocolate chip. That's what it is, that technology. They're going to put it in you, and then so they can control you. And if you try to go against what they say, they can do something to you, or even just shut you down to where, you know, they take away where you can't go buy no food. But those that will not bow down to this beast system, you're gonna some of the Akim are gonna have to be put to death, because it says some of you are gonna have to be killed. Let me go to Revelation. I'm gonna close out with this. Revelation 3 and 10. Revelation 3 and 10, and it reads, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth." And we're entering in this time. You know, this is inevitable right now. You know, the Lord is telling you. The Lord is telling you in the book, man, that the time is coming where no man will be able to buy or sell unless they have that mark on them. And if you don't, then you will be put to death. And this is the time that we are entering. The days of watching all your favorite sports stars and your favorite movies, and, going down the street to hang out with, Yo and, Mike, and going to the mall, or going to play some basketball, or go watch your son, or a football game, or watch your daughter play softball, and putting on Facebook pictures of them with their grades all night. Them days is coming to an end. Them days is coming to an end. So, pray and watch. But I just wanted to touch in on that, and hopefully you're edified. I don't want Ratazah come back with another lesson, but I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. Shalom, Israel.